Yo, what's good? It's Drop from letitdropmusic.com, letitdropbeats.com. Appreciate you checking out the video once again. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and definitely send me any messages at letitdropmusic@gmail.com, or definitely hit me up on the Facebook, YouTube message me, Twitter direct message me, whatever, Instagram, everything's under Let It Drop Music. Definitely get a hold of me, let me know how you're doing. And it's been a little bit since I did a video. Been on the grind, trying to get things together. Hopefully you've been on the grind too. Definitely going through a list. Hopefully you got a list going with all your fans, and hopefully you got a list of all the things that you need to get done. Well, anyway, in this video I wanted to go over something a little different. Like normally I'm going over some marketing techniques, things like that, but I wanted to go over something more musical today, and I wanted to talk about phrasing. I think we all are pretty familiar, or you should be pretty familiar with counting bars, or just what the term bars mean. Just basically 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one bar. You count every beat. Usually the snare is on 2 and 4, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you start counting bars, you can count bars in your head all the time. If you're struggling with counting bars, then definitely just start counting them whenever you're listening to music, because it's going to help you. Because once you realize what the bars are and how to put them together, then you'll start making phrases, and that's really, really important in rap music. Like, as you see rap music progress throughout the years, people are using more and more advanced phrasing, and especially like on the classic songs, like especially these here. I got some classic songs lined up. I got a Biggie song lined up, Big Papa. I got California Love lined up from Tupac. And I got something a little more current. I picked Jay-Z, 99 Problems, because I feel like a lot of people do know this verse as well. So I just kind of wanted to go through it. So you want to put phrases together, preferably in bars of, put phrases together in a phrase of 2 bars or a phrase of 4 bars. And then from there, you kind of want to keep stepping it up. Maybe do a whole phrase of 8 bars, whole phrase of 12 bars. Maybe have a whole song that's considered one phrase. And what I mean by phrase is your rhyme scheme. So you might be using a rhyme scheme in your verse, and it'll last a certain amount of time. Like maybe 2 bars it'll last, maybe 4 bars it'll last. It's good to keep track of how many bars your phrases are. It's not something that you need to know to rap. Most people don't even pay attention to it when they're rapping, especially when you're being creative. I mean, you don't have to be super into, how long are my phrases, but once you kind of get it in your head what they are, it's going to help you be more creative, and it's going to help you be more consistent with your verses. And it's also going to help push yourself. I mean, if you can do 8 bars of the same rhyming, you're going to push yourself way more than if you keep switching your rhymes up every 2 bars and every 2 bars. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to use more words and be more creative with your words, to make these longer phrases. And that's what this video is about. It's about helping you get these phrases so you can keep pushing yourself and keep getting better lyrically. So I got these verses up. I pulled these verses up so I could actually show you what some of these classic songs are looking like with their phrases, and you can kind of incorporate these phrases into your verses and your writing, a little bit at a time. So Biggie, Big Papa, the song, Biggie in general, he has kind of like a storytelling layout all the time, but also keep in mind this verse is almost 20 years old, so a lot of the phrasing now is a lot more advanced. But he does some pretty cool things. Like, I'm sure we all know the rhythm here. And if you were to sing along and count the bars for this song, you'd find that P-A, D-E-A, that's 1 bar is B-I-G-P-O-P-P-A. Second bar, no info for the D-E-A. You know what I'm saying? So he's using a 2-bar phrase right there, and then he switches it to another 2-bar phrase. Federal agents mad cause I'm flagrant. 1 bar. Tap my cell on the phone in the basement. You know what I'm saying? 1 more bar. You know what I'm saying? So he's using 2-bar phrase, 2-bar phrase, and then he kind of switches it up. He goes, my team supreme, stay clean, triple beam, lyrical dream, and then instead of doing a full 2 bars right there, he actually kind of shaves it off a little bit and adds something in, and that's part of his storytelling flow, and that's part of him having his own unique flow. And you'll find that you do certain things like that with your own verses too. So keep going through verses like this, and keep seeing where you're lining your phrases up. So if we keep going, Cat, you see that at all the vents bent, gats and hoses, girls on shoulders. So right now he's not even really phrasing his stuff. You know, he's just kind of letting it flow. He's just telling the story, you know? And then he keeps going, Playboy, I told you, being mice to me, bruise too much, I lose too much, step on stage, girls boo too much. So that's another almost 4-bar phrase. He kind of cut that one short in the beginning to kind of keep that flow going, but then he kind of wrapped it back up, and he had bruise too much, lose too much, boo too much. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of wrapped up that rhyming phrase with another couple bars to kind of round that phrase out. So I'll go on to the next one. I got Tupac up here, California Love, and Tupac, it's an older verse, so the phrasing isn't as advanced as some of the stuff that might be coming out now, but you can kind of really see, like I got Dr. Dre's verse up right here, and clearly you can see Wild Wild West, Elliot Ness, Slug to Your Chest, City of Sex. So this right here is a 4-bar phrase. He has the same rhyme scheme going on for 4 bars, and then the next 4 bars, hemp be empty. The ends of these lines here, you know what I'm saying? He's actually doing a 2-bar phrase. Oh shit, my light went out. I'm just gonna finish this video without it. Fuck it. And the next 2 bars, them greens, money making machine serving fiends. You know what I'm saying? Another 2 bars. So he's going from a 4-bar phrase to a 2-bar phrase, a 2-bar phrase. You know, and keeps going on from there. So we got a more current verse here. This is 99 Problems, first verse from Jay-Z, and his rhyme schemes, phrasing is pretty crazy on this track. You know what I'm saying? He's also stretching what words he's actually using to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like Gap Patrol, Caskets Closed. They're not really like a real rhyme, but because this particular rhyming scheme is so drawn out, it's actually about an 8-bar phrase. You know, I don't want to get too technical, and you know, don't quote me on that, but it's about 8 bars. You know what I'm saying? And he's having to use a little bit different words to really extend that rhyme scheme. And even though Gap Patrol, Caskets Closed, Closed and Patrol, they're not true rhyming words, but the way he flows it, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And then he keeps going. The next few bars, well, I'll just keep going so you can kind of catch them all together. Gap Patrol, Caskets Closed, Cash Hose, Facts Are Those, Zapatos, Having Dough, Asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps going for almost 8 bars with the same rhyme scheme. He has an 8-bar phrase going on in that verse, and that's pretty advanced. Like, you want to be aware. Am I using only 2-bar verses? I'm sorry. Am I using only 2-bar phrases? Am I using only 4-bar phrases? Like, what if I stepped it up and I wanted to do an 8-bar phrase? Could I do it with this rhyme scheme? You know what I'm saying? And that's how you push yourself forward and get better at writing verses, plain and simple. So he actually kind of he actually uses a few extra words like having dough, asshole, fast forward, play the show. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he raps forward in the verse, it almost kind of like he makes it rhyme, and then he continues with show, shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like he's still going with that same rhyme scheme, even you know, bars and bars later. And it all started with Gap Patrol. And now all of a sudden, 8 to 10 bars later, he's still using that same rhyme scheme. He's still on that same phrase. So keep that in mind. I'm going to leave it at that one. Hopefully this one helped you. Like I said, definitely send me a message. I know it's been a little bit since I put out a video, but definitely I'm going to get back at it. And, you know, I just want to help everyone get to be a better rapper, better songwriter, and a better independent artist. Make sure you're sticking with your direct marketing techniques. And, yeah, we'll leave it at that one, man. Definitely catch you on the next one. Peace.